Hey, if you just get on the call, let us know who you are and where you're calling from.
I'm Kathy Stevens from Greenville, South Carolina.
Welcome. Another 30 seconds, guys. We'll get started. If you're just getting on, let us know who you are and where you're calling from, and welcome to the TeamViHOPE call.
Hi, Dennis Crummell from Los Angeles.
Welcome, Dennis.
Thank you.
We're waiting on one more of our panel to arrive, but I know that she'll be here very soon, so we'll get started in 30 seconds. Hey, let us know who you are and where you're calling from.
Kirk Jacobson, Atlanta, Georgia.
Welcome, Atlanta.
Hey,
Kirk!
Hey, David. Hey, Serena.
Hey!
All right, guys, well, it's 9:02. We're going to get started. I know we'll have our other guests showing up on the line fairly soon. Welcome to the Tuesday night TeamViHOPE call. My name is Pat Ryan, your host for this evening, for an absolutely incredible call that we have titled Ask the ViHOPE Experts. My story with Vi started 4 years ago, 4 years and about a week, I think now. I started at 430 pounds. I was a beaten and broken man. I'd given up on life, and my doctor told me that I was a walking heart attack. He told me if I didn't do something, if I didn't maybe have gastric bypass, I wasn't going to make it too far into my 40s. And I didn't like that. I was sitting with my 1.5-year-old, and I figured I better do something about it. And for 9 months, I had this skinny guy bug me about these Vi shakes, these things that taste like cake mix that were supposed to work really amazing. And for 9 months, I told him in every way possible no. Some nice and some not so nice. But when your doctor gives you that warning and gives you that wake-up call, you figure there might be something. Maybe that guy was knocking on your door for a reason. So I called him up. I said, let's order some shakes. I started a shape kit because it's all I could afford. And I lost 15 pounds in the first 3 weeks, and I started to become a believer. 90 days into it, 56 pounds, I thought I was Superman. I was under 400 pounds again for the first time in a long time, and I was excited, and I went to the gym, and I hurt myself because I thought I was big and strong, and all these little guys were lifting more than me. So it took me almost a year to get to the gym. I lost 100 pounds before I exercised, and I'm making a point of that because my first 90 days were 56, and then the next 9 months were a little hit and miss, because I hadn't gotten to the exercise portion of it, because I hadn't gotten to the commitment part. When I hit the 100 pounds, I knew that I could do it. I knew that I could succeed. And fast forward to now, I'm down 150 pounds, put on over 20 pounds of lean muscle. I'm a national director with Vi. I am a national Body by Vi champ, a proud 100-pound club member, and a proud TeamViHOPE member. That's my story. But I'm excited about tonight's call and what I've got for you. We have a panel of 4 amazing guests. I'm going to bring them all on one at a time, and then at the end of it, I'm going to probably ask them a couple of questions because I feel like it. Because that's what I like to do, is just have fun and get everybody to enjoy this call. First up is going to be DJ Jordan. DJ, are you there?
I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. DJ Jordan is a certified fitness trainer, a sports nutritionist, a national director with Vi. You've worked with I don't know how many people from Biggest Loser, and you are an absolute treasure in the Vi community. It's been a pleasure to become your friend. And tell me a little bit about your story. I know you didn't need to lose weight, so being a nutrition and trainer, a nutritionist and trainer, I need to know what you saw in Vi and why you started.
Well, I appreciate that. Actually, you know what? As a trainer, sometimes we can kind of slip and let a few calories come in. When I was contacted 4 years ago, I was actually contacted by one of the clients I had trained off of the Biggest Loser show, trained 8 from the show. He sent me a couple of samples, and he said, hey, how's your nutrition? I said, I do pretty good. I said, but you know what? I said, I really have kind of let it slip during the winter months, and I'm sure we're all guilty of that. And I said, I'm going to put it to the test. So I said, I'm going to go strict, hardcore. I'm going to go ahead and make a change. And I did. I dropped 38 pounds, believe it or not. 38 pounds. Didn't have a lot to lose, but 38 pounds was a big difference.
That's huge, because you're not that big, man. You run marathon after marathon. You're in fantastic shape, and you're in your 50s, aren't you?
Don't tell anybody, but yeah.
And when I get there, I'm not that far away. When I get there, I hope to look half as good as you, man. I got a question for you. So the nutrition question is what I'm giving to you. We've got 4 pillars that we're going to deal with tonight. DJ is going to deal with nutrition. We've got training coming up, mindset, and persistence and support systems. But DJ's got the nutrition question. So DJ, the question for you is, I know that you get tons of questions about nutrition. 8 people from The Biggest Loser, of course. What are the most common questions that are asked, and how would you answer them? Maybe your top 5, top 10, whatever we can squeeze in here.
All right, I'll try to keep the time. I'm excited to hear everyone else, believe it or not, but I'm going to try to hammer out a couple of these. The biggest question I probably get daily, this is not only in the bike community, but when I walk into the gym, and I think the biggest question probably would be, I'm going to go with how many calories should I eat? That's probably the number one question that will normally come out of their mouth. And you know what? That can go a lot of different ways. For some people, we're looking at anywhere between 13 and maybe 2,500 calories. That's a big range. When I ask clients, I go, how many calories are you on? The first thing that normally they will come out of their mouth is 1,300, 1,200. They have that number stapled. And so it continues to change their metabolism a little bit, and then we go through, oh, my gosh, I don't know what's going on here with the weight loss. But normally that would be the number one question is calories. I will tell you guys, if it works for you, there's so many apps that you guys can log in, and you can actually figure out how many calories, and then you'll take a deficit off of there. So we'll use that as the number one question, how many calories. Another big question is should I eat breakfast? Should I eat first thing in the morning? Should I eat when I get to work? First thing when you get up and get out of bed, go ahead and eat. I like to tell people to jumpstart their metabolism. And I know that if you guys will eat first thing in the morning, you will actually be a little bit more active. You'll probably have a little bit quicker step when you get into work. So those 2 probably are the biggest top 2 questions that I get. First thing in the morning, you guys are going to eat. Another one is this one's tough. I mean, I was trying to write 3 to 5 down in my head, but I think one of the other things is how many times should I weigh a week? And Pat, I know that you've discussed this before, probably, but how many times should you weigh? Well, just by exams that I've taken and studies that, professionals have given us, really once a week is all you need. I know some will be obsessed with it. Some will say, no, I'm going to weigh in every day, but I like to have them weigh in on Friday. The reason I do that is it's a different mindset I have, is I want them to weigh on Friday because I want to see what happens during the weekend. So on Friday, they know that it's going to get rough. They know they're going to be tempted. They know they're going to be out for some outing. So I like to do it first thing on Friday. I have them send me a text message to what their weight is, because that way I'm kind of monitoring. I can kind of see what happens, because I know 1 or 2 of them are going to jump on the scale by Monday or Tuesday, and they're going to break the rules anyway, and they're going to send me a text and say I'm up 2 pounds, I'm down 3, whatever. So that's probably the third biggest one. The fourth one I'm going to throw in, I'm going to say exercise. Do I have to exercise? Pat, you guys just heard Pat's story about how he didn't exercise. I will tell you guys that it is important to exercise. Even if you're just moving your first 3 to 4 weeks, I'm okay with that. But I also incorporate weight training along the way. The reason is because I see in the long run, I see better results. I see toning up better. I see that they're burning fat. I see that they're building lean muscle. Like we heard Pat said, I think it was 20 pounds, which is ridiculous. That's crazy. I love it. So that would probably be my next biggest question about, do I have to exercise? If you guys will move, you will see that the scale will move along with it. We hear all these crazy stories with Vibe, but we know it's because of the good nutrition too. So I'm going to probably throw that as one of my top questions. So Pat, if that's good enough. I don't want to take too much time, but does that help a little bit?
Those are definitely the top questions I'm asked 4 years on the team. Thank you so much for that. Those are the questions I get exactly it. How many calories do I need? Should I work out? That you are bang on. I mean, obviously it's what you do for a living, Deej. But for me and the exercise thing, what I tell people, what I like to tell them in their first 90 days, I always tell them take 30 days to get yourself on track with nutrition, because we do know that nutrition's 80%, right? And 20% is exercise. So I get my people to take 30 days to make sure they get their 2 shakes in, they get their 2 snacks, they get their dinner, and they get their water, and they do it properly. Once they build that habit, then I say, okay, move. those are what I like to do with starting people for me. But those tips, DJ, are fantastic.
Thank you. You're exactly right. I think that just by getting that nutrition, and we preach that 80-20 rule, and the first thing I do with is actually I go and do a shopping tour with my clients. I make sure that we got the nutrition laid out, because some of them, it is an adjustment. It's going to take months. It can take weeks for some, but some of it may take the 60. It may take the 90. So other than that, I think that's incredible, great advice. So I'm going to throw it back to you, Pat.
Awesome, DJ. Thank you so much. And amazing advice from a man that has trained 8 people from The Biggest Loser and helped hundreds and thousands of people on the challenge lose weight. Some absolutely incredible success stories. Thank you, DJ. Jennifer Smith, are you out there?
I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you loud and clear. Jennifer, how are you?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Jennifer is a national director with VI. She is a VI Fitness Couples Champion and was the first Northeast VI model. Wow, that's pretty amazing. And how much, tell us your story, because I know you've lost a significant amount. I know what you've lost, but I want everybody to hear from you.
Yes, I've lost quite a bit. It was kind of one of those aha moments, those moments that finally kick your butt into gear to actually do something with your life there. It was the best part, Facebook, someone posted a picture of me on Facebook from the side, of course, which is like the worst possible angle. And I was like, holy crap, I'm fat. So that was definitely my aha moment. And then I ran around to everybody yelling at them, asking them why they never told me I was fat. So from then, I found different workouts. I initially started just working out to lose weight. I found home workouts and stuff like that since I didn't have a lot of money. And then eventually I started working on nutrition. So, and then I found VI, and I absolutely love it. I've been hooked for almost the last 4 years, so it's been incredible. I've lost almost just over 100 pounds, and I've built about 25 pounds of muscle in the last, 4 years or so. So it's been an incredible opportunity, and I've gone from, the fat to overweight to being a skinny person. I like to call it skinny fat. And then all the way back up to being fit with the muscles that help shape your body. So I'm excited where I've gone, and this is just the beginning for me.
And you've got a show coming up soon, don't you?
I do. 6.5 weeks out, so I'm busting butt.
So losing over 100 pounds, building all that muscle, and now there's a lot of people in the VI community doing fitness shows and figure competitions that are coming up that are in the 100-pound club. Absolutely unbelievably crazy. And this question for you is perfect because it's about training, and it's one of the biggest questions and one of my biggest pet peeves at the gym. Why cardio exercise alone does not work to burn fat? Because you see people at the gym spending 2 hours on a treadmill and an elliptical, and they look the same year after year after year. Why does that not work? Everybody thinks it does. Why do you need other things? Jennifer, take it away.
It's crazy. You think about it, I suffered in that rat race, initially working out, losing weight. I did cardio. I did cardio every day because I just didn't know what else to do. And, I lost the weight. It was great, but I kind of had that Star Jones, Al Roker look, if you know what I'm talking about, where your head looks disproportionate from the rest of your body. And I still was at skinny fat where I wasn't in shape. And, I definitely believe that cardio certainly has its place in every fitness program and should be part of a well-balanced program, including cardio, strength training, and a healthy diet. But really the key to losing body fat is keeping it off of strength training. Lean muscle is the driving force behind your metabolism. The only way to increase your metabolism or burn more calories with rest is to increase that lean muscle through strength training. So, for many women, they're afraid to get that too bulky. You'll start getting too big, from strength training. That's simply just a myth. I am a natural competitor, and I would definitely not say that I am too bulky or manly in any means or fashion. So, and I've been at this for quite some time. So, definitely in order to rev up your metabolism and get rid of that fat for once and all, there really isn't a substitute for resistance training. This type of training tends to be overlooked by a lot of new folks because it's believed that building muscle won't help you lose weight, but nothing could definitely be further from the truth. There's so many advantages to resistance training, such as, muscle burns fat. The more lean muscle mass you have, the less fat you're going to have. Muscle actually burns fat, so muscle helps the body burn calories for hours after a workout. So, what they always say, cardio burns calories today, muscle burns calories tomorrow. So, who wouldn't want to actually keep burning, calories at that point after you're done with your workout, not just during that time. Muscle builds strength. You know, most people don't stop to consider that most of your strength you have, the less likely you are to get injured. So, you know, muscle helps reshape the body. Like I said, you know, I've lost almost 100 pounds, and I've gone through that point where you're doing your nightly jog through the neighborhood, and you go back and you look in the mirror, and things still jiggle in all the wrong places, in all the same places that you carried the weight, and, you know, for all the time. And there's no way to get rid of that in cardio. You know, you're just not going to. So you really need to help build that muscle, get the glutes that you've always wanted, get the arms. You know, my most exciting day was when I realized that when I said hi, my arms didn't say bye anymore, and I actually built my tricep up finally. So, you know, those are different ways that, you know, muscle's really going to help build it. And, you know, it's going to help bring a leaner package for you. So, you know, that's the one thing. And my favorite part, you know, about muscle and building your resistance training, it, you know, it helps support overall immunity, your health, you know, getting sick. This is because muscle helps supply the immune system with the disease-fighting amino acid glutamine. So the more muscle you have, the more glutamine is supplied to the immune system. And I can't tell you the last time I was ever sick. It's been probably 4 years since I've actually been sick from anything. And I have 3 kids, so there's sickness running around in schools and everything. So, you know, there's so many reasons just besides cardio, you know, that you really should do strength training, you know, not just to help build muscle, but to shape your body, to prevent injury, to anything you could possibly, you know, disease fighting as well. So, you know, I think cardio has a place, and and it kills your weight loss plan, in my opinion. You know, I'm definitely convinced that cardio kills, in that sense that it kills your weight loss plan, your joints, your organs, your immune system, your body composition, your time. But most of all, I think your motivation to stay committed to losing weight, you know, it decreases as you increase cardio. So there really is no substitute, in my opinion, for strength training, because there's so much to be gained, and it's definitely not weight from resistance training.
That was awesome. Mm-hmm. I totally relate to that myself, because I lost 100 pounds before I started exercising. And I remember that day looking in the mirror after losing the 100 pounds, and I thought, I look like an empty milk bag. Everything is sagging and loose. I need to start doing something. And I knew that cardio wouldn't do it for me, so I decided to start hitting the weights. I mean, I was a college football player and a wrestler in the day, so I figured I might as well lift weights. And my biggest tip for people on the challenge, for anybody in life, is if you were to put on 10 pounds of muscle, you're going to burn more fat when you sleep. You'll be a much better, stronger, healthier person if you just put the muscle on. Thank you, Jennifer.
You know what I mean? It's amazing. You know, and for women too, and for myself, you know, I've gone from, at this current weight of, we'll say I'm 138 pounds today, I've been both a size 2 and I've been both a size 12. So I have a lot more muscle versus a lot more fat than I did a size 12. So it definitely changes your body composition. It nips and tucks things naturally without the need of surgery.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Amazing training tips, guys. I hope you're taking notes. If you're not, you better grab a pen, because we still have 2 more amazing guests. Solomon Stretch, are you in the house?
I am here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, my friend. Solomon is a licensed mental health counselor and general manager of a health club, and as well as a regional director of Visalis and a 100-pound club member. Brother, tell us your story, please. Your story fascinates me. I love it.
I started grad school in 2010. I stopped working out and stopped eating healthy. I was up over 100 pounds in 2 years. Started the challenge in August of 2013, so actually this month actually makes 2 years. And I was down a total of 110 pounds after 5 90-day challenges. I put on 10 pounds of lean muscle, started promoting, hit director in a week, and promoted to regional director in 47 days. So it has been an amazing journey, and I just absolutely love it.
Wow. That's incredible. And you, being a mental health counselor, being somebody that deals with stuff like this, being overweight, you do see it in the medical profession a lot. So for you to bring yourself back and get yourself back in shape, I'm sure your clients totally noticed it and saw it. And it leads me to the question with mindset with you, because your training is just that. How do you keep your head in the game, and how do you combat self-doubt? Because it's been 4 years for me, and I still battle it daily.
Honestly, I could sum it up in one word. Action. Action is huge. So here's the thing. Many of us remember the old TV sets that had the rabbit ears antennas, right? What did we do every time the picture got fuzzy? We had to tweak. Yes, we got up, we had to tweak, we had to readjust the antennas. When we live our daily lives and when we live our Vi lives, we have to do the same thing. I haven't met too many people since I started Vi that their weight loss or their fitness journey was their first time at the rodeo. So see, because we've been down this road before, we have been unsuccessful with our diets and with our fads. We've programmed ourselves to believe that we will fail. And so we have to get out of that mindset. So we have to readjust those antennas. We have to readjust our thinking so that we can give ourselves an opportunity to succeed. We know that the products work. 2 shakes a day, boom. Vi Trim, Vi Slim, boom, boom. Neon Cup, boom. Vi Pack, yes. I can't say enough about these products. 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 50 pounds, 120 pounds. We transform. And so what does giving yourself an opportunity look like? Number one, right now, anytime you feel down, anytime you feel like you can't, these Tuesday night calls with TeamViHOPE, when I feel like I can't or when I believe that I can't, I get on the phone with people who say that I can, people who say that, people who look like me, sound like me, people who are just like me that say that they did and they can. And, we have people like Faith who is pulling planes and trucks. And I'm like, okay, well, I could just add 5 pounds to my weight this week. And that's just enough motivation for me to just take it a step further. That's action. We have to remember that, in order to win, whatever goal or whatever prize is in your head, sometimes we have a number. For me, my original number was 30 pounds. All I wanted to lose was 30 pounds because that would have taken me to the fake number that was on my driver's license that stated what my weight was. But, I had to readjust. I was like, wait a minute. After I hit that 30 pounds, I was like, wait, I still have more that I could lose. So I reset my goal, and I am down a total of 120 pounds now. And in order to win, you have to show up. That's going to be the key thing. Whenever you don't feel like going to the gym, actually just putting yourself in an environment where you can be successful. We get motivated by other people. And so when we are able to see other people doing it because either they want to or doing it because they're doing it, we put ourselves in that same mindset. And sometimes we just like to show off. Sometimes we just want to do it because we don't want to look bad. But it's because we're in that environment and we want to be successful. Also, remember that the scale does not own you. DJ was talking earlier about weighing yourself once a week, and I think that's an awesome idea. I have so many people who I work with, and they want to weigh themselves every day. No, the scale doesn't own you. You own you. So set a goal for what you can control. Set activity or active goals for each day. So, like for me and many of us, we have a goal for the number of steps we're going to take a day. So my personal goal is 10,000 steps a day. And, at least 10 push-ups. Actually every month I launch a new fitness challenge on Facebook and on Instagram. So whatever that number is for the day, that's what I'm going to do. And we have to remember that our mindset is going to influence our effort. So if we feel like we're a failure, if we're beating ourselves up, then we're not going to put in the work. We're not going to treat we're not going to treat ourselves like we love ourselves. We're not going to give it that 120% that we know that we can. Also remember that you don't have to be in pain to gain. This is as much of an experience as it is work. You know, we go out there and we beat the pavements. We're lifting weights, but it's something that should be enjoyable. It's something that, you know, we should cherish because, oh my God, this is an opportunity to love on yourself. This is an opportunity to say, hey, you know, I am seeing my progress. No matter how small, I am still sticking with it. And as long as we can pour into ourselves and we can pour into others, and then we can also accept those compliments from people who are saying, wow, you look good. And lastly, you know, you said yes to the challenge before. So, you know, pat yourself on the back and just say yes again and say yes again. Say it today, say it tomorrow. Every day is going to be a challenge. You know, just like you said, you know, we struggle with this from day to day. So, you know, it's not just a span of 90 days. This is a day-to-day thing. So we have to stop ourselves from getting those bag of Doritos, and this is my story. Stop ourselves from eating tacos. Stop ourselves from getting that large pizza. You know, choosing to make our shakes and putting some spinach in it. Choosing to, you know, drink almost a half a gallon or a gallon of water a day. You know, we are choosing better habits. And as long as we are choosing better habits, as long as we are taking action in our own lives, then we are building up evidence that, yes, I am a success.
That's fantastic. That is the roadmap to success right there. Take action. Surround yourself with like-minded people who are going to help lift you up and not break you down. Set goals for daily activities. Don't beat yourself up if you fail on them, because every failure can become a success, because that's what you need to be a success, is failure after failure after failure. That pretty much sums it up, doesn't it?
I think so.
That's awesome, guys. Thank you, Solomon. Thank you so much, man. I'm sitting here taking notes in my van. I'm in a parking lot, and there's a police car parked next to me. I'm waiting for him to wonder what I'm doing, but whatever. He's going to come get motivated and challenge him, too. Thank you so much, Solomon. I have one more guest for tonight. Dr. Suzanne Wilcox, are you here?
Yes, I am.
Dr. Sue, that's what I'm going to call you. It's so much easier. You're a regional director with Vi, a full-time vet, and part-time with ViSalus. And your story is pretty amazing. You were just featured on a ViSalus Hub, so give us a little bit of your story quickly.
Yes, you know, the picture you see in that Dave made for me, I had that taken. I was showing my horse, and everybody's like, oh, my God, that's a nice picture. Look how nice your horse looks. And I was like, oh, my God, look how big my butt is. It's bigger than the horse's butt. And that was it. I knew I needed to do something to change, and you're talking to a person who has tried and failed. You name a program out there, Nutrisystem, Weight Watchers, you name a shake program, I've done it. I popped every pill that Dr. Oz said would shrink my belly fat. He lied. I even went to a specialist, and it just didn't work. And it's all accumulated with me putting on weight and riding a horse, and I had a very bad accident. I ended up in the trauma center with a brain bleed. And the only thing I remember from that night is this ER nurse about 3 inches from my face saying, she weighs 291 pounds. And I was pretty vulgar, and I said, I do not. And she said, honey, the gurneys weigh you, so we know how much medicine to give you. And that pretty much started me on my journey to find something. And I saw this ad. It said the shake mix that tastes like cake mix. And I'm like, oh, I'm all in. And once I got it and I tasted it, it was like, wow, this is awesome. And in my first 30 days, I lost 16 pounds. And it was just month after month, it was just I was seeing results. And next thing you know, after about a year, I had lost 70 pounds. And I was like, wow, this is awesome. So that's how I got started in Vi.
Absolutely incredible story. And your story deals with the question that we're going to deal with, persistence. How does persistence play a factor in your life? You already gave us a little clue there and a little key by telling us about the accident and the brain bleed. And how does the VI community support help? So with your persistence in the community, how does it help you have the success that you've had on the challenge?
Well, I'm going to give a little vocabulary lesson here. Persistence is continuing to exist or endure a prolonged period despite difficulty or opposition. And this is how my life has been set up. You know, when to get into vet school, it's not easy. You know, you got 4 years of undergrad and 4 years of grad. And, you know, I didn't get in the first time, but I had to persist. And I had to do things to improve myself, to improve my resume, if you will, to get into school. And I persisted and I got in. And vet school in itself is a big test of patience and persistence, because you just keep practicing to get better. And once I graduated, I found owning my own business, there was a lot of persistence to getting set up to get your business and all that. So I kind of had that mindset set up that, you know, if you want something, you just got to stick with it. You're going to have peaks. You're going to have valleys. Don't stay in the valley. Tell yourself, you know, you can do this and that. And it's hard because in society today, we're so geared at instant gratification, how they call that, the microwave mentality. And I have to constantly remind myself in my journey of, you know, what I do for a living and with my ViSalus journey, hey, it's just a bad day, not a bad life. And you just got to persist onward. And the reason a lot of people give up so fast is because they keep focusing on how far they have to go instead of how far they've come. And that's why with ViSalus, that 10-pound focus at a time gives you those small steps to success. I'm still working toward getting into the 100-pound club. I got a little ways to go. And at the age of 50, after losing all that weight, I put on 20 pounds. And at the age of 50, I'm powerlifting. So everything that Jennifer said about doing the strength training, spot on. My Buddha fell off after I started doing powerlifting. I was that skinny fat and that. So, and that's very important to persist onward with that. But, you know, another thing is when you say about the people, surround yourself with the people. Joel Osteen, I was just listening to something he had to say this morning, and it just struck a nerve with me for this. You got enough people against you. Don't be against yourself. So build yourself up. Remember what they always tell us. You become the 5 people that you surround yourself with. Look for those people who are going to be positive and build you up. And I have found that so much through the ViSalus community. Everybody is for everybody. It's not a competition or a cutthroat. Everybody wants to truly help people. They want to truly help each other. And they, you know, I've helped other people on other teams and that get, you know, move forward. That's what you have to do. It's small steps. And, you know, just got to remember that every day you're just not enduring life, but try to enjoy it. And you got to persist at that. And it is art. And go back to what Solomon had to say about the mindset. You just got to keep being positive and soldiering on. And that's how you get through with persistence and patience.
Absolutely amazing tips. Again, 4 incredible guests. I don't even know how I'm going to finish this call in a couple minutes because you guys have been amazing. Suzanne, you will make the 100-pound club because you have persistence and because you've got an amazing support community behind you. We know you're going to make it. We believe in you before you believe in yourself, and I'm pretty sure you believe in yourself, don't you?
Thank you. Yes, I do. I try every day, and I'm just as happy when someone else succeeds. I'm just as happy.
I love it. Thank you so much, Suzanne. Thank you, Solomon, Jennifer, DJ. I was going to ask you guys questions, but we're running a little bit long, so I'm going to talk for a minute or two, and we're going to end the call out. That was an incredible call. We dealt with nutrition. We dealt with training. We dealt with mindset. And we dealt with persistence and support groups. And all of those things are the key to success. Those little nuggets that were left by each of our guests in this call, I hope you wrote them down. I can't even read them all. There's so many of them. But that's what it takes to succeed. What you have to do is, the biggest thing is believe in yourself, how Suzanne just ended it there. You have to believe in yourself, and even when you don't, you need to tie into the support community that does believe in you. And that is why we do these calls on Tuesday night. And that is why it's so important that everybody on this call shares it with another 3 to 5 to 10 people. We need to get the word out for these calls. We don't do these calls for building our teams. We do these calls to build people. We want to build you up to have success. We from the 100-Pound Club decided to do this because we wanted to pay it forward. We've had amazing success, and we become unrelatable. Face-pulling planes, I lifted millions of pounds, Dave Morgan's running Ironman triathlons, and on and on and on. That seems unrelatable. But we have this community here from the beginning challengers to us because we want to pass on the knowledge, pass on the wisdom. We want to share with you what we did in our first 90 days, and you're going to see a lot of that coming in the next little while, because there's been a march to equity in this company, and we love it. 2,000 families are going to be changed for life with equity through VI, through just changing lives. Well, TeamViHOPE is going to be marching to crush obesity right alongside the march to equity. We're looking at 20,000 lives, 200,000 lives, because we know if we spread this, if we spread the hope and we spread the heart of the community from the 1,300 members we have now, 10 more times each will be 13,000 in the next year, and then we do it another 10 times, and by the end of 2016, when VI hits 2,000 equity holders, we're going to have 200,000 more lives changed. And I know that's what makes me passionate, and that's what keeps me ticking, and that's why I do these calls, and that's why I am so honored and humbled to be here to share this with you. So guys, I hope you took notes, I hope you listened, and I hope you took it to heart. Panel, thank you so much. Everybody on the call, if you're part of the challenge, thank you for being here. If you're not part of the challenge and this really got to you, ask the person that introduced you to this call how to get started. Get started today. Become part of the challenge. Become part of TeamViHOPE, and let's help you have the success you want to achieve. My name is Pat Ryan, and that's a wrap.